is something that we don't have it. You can't even enjoy your own food at home. Because when you take a plate and you think of these children that are starving like this, you don't know what to do.
As summer breaks in the southern hemisphere, temperatures rise well into the mid-100 degrees. The children we meet here are orphans of AIDS. They live with what's left of their families and their dignity. Living on barren land, they access water as rarely as once a week, and there are stretches of time when these children eat nothing but boiled leaves.
Whether you are orphaned by war or you are orphaned by AIDS, you are vulnerable from all angles, social, physical, emotional. You stand to be abused from all directions.
This little baby lost its mother to TB as a result of AIDS. Its belly has expanded with a lack of protein, a condition known as kwashiorkor. No one in this household has an income. Those who came to work the land have found no jobs.
They just need support from any direction.
In this family, there are no parents. Older siblings take care of younger ones, forgoing even the most basic of education in the process. Their father died of AIDS, and their mother is too sick to be home. She has chosen a sangoma, a traditional healer, to address her illness.
HIV and AIDS is a result of broken relationships. So there's a lot of pain, not only physically but mentally, and there's a lot of anguish with the reasons how you got ill. So a lot of people do know, a lot of people are told, but one doesn't like to face it.
Sally McKibben is one of 7 members running a grassroots home care project named Thembaletu. The members of Thembaletu work round the hour with over 500 local care workers to alleviate some of the hardships found in Nkomazi. Yet the care workers too need help.
They were just saying to me they don't have shoes, and some of their shoes are broken, and it's difficult for them to walk from house to house. Whenever I helped one orphan to get to school, to get something to dress on, or to get them food to eat, or to get them a shelter, we just take that as an achievement.
And when they see people like Sally go to them, they feel hope. They are empowered. They know that they have someone on their side. And when you see them sleeping on the hard floor like that, it makes me see how vulnerable they are. And you know, anything can happen to them. A snake could come in, anything could happen. They're on the floor. They are not safe.
And so, older siblings do their best to protect the young ones. Even so, it takes resources to sustain livelihoods. This young man tells us what his siblings need the most.
The family need eat food and clothes and go to school and and the house to sleep.
Without funding, nothing can go on.
So for those that have got funding or any source that can help these people or these orphans, always I said, blessed is the hand that gives than the one that takes.
The African Children's Choir has always been where help is needed the most. Today it's in Nkomazi where children are losing their parents and their futures. Robert was once one of them. Today, thanks to the love and care of the African Children's Choir, he is a proud doctor.
You know, I was once like those kids that we have seen. But because someone was willing to help, to go that extra mile, I'm a doctor today. I take care of thousands of lives. And many people have been saved from death just because of that contribution. If you have a choice and you have the ability, help these orphans because they are in their need. And who knows what they will become tomorrow. Probably they will be our presidents, our leaders, and our brothers. Let's help save them.
The excitement is amazing, and I think it's also uplifting the whole area because everybody's beginning to talk about it. And it's now bringing a focus on orphans.
The children of Nkomazi have been touched by many selfless donations of food, clothes, and water containers. Through the African Children's Choir and the Tembaletu Home Care Project, relief packages have been distributed to over 300 households in the region.
When you see a child that has got nothing at all, and you come and bring something, and you see that child receiving that thing, it makes you feel at least I've done something for her or him. Then there's a bit of hope.
The aim of Tembaletu is to provide local families with the means to help themselves. With vegetable gardens, wheelbarrows, water buckets and drums, the children of Inkomazi and their care workers can more easily access water and grow their own food. Cruz is 13. His parents disappeared when he was still very young.
You don't want me, what about me?
Cruz lives with his uncle and his 6 little cousins. All of them struggle to make ends meet. Cruz is now able to plant spinach, onions, cabbage, beets, and much more. The process of planting and nurturing these subsistence entities is not only healthy, it is also good for the spirit of those who dig their hands in the soil and celebrate the fruits of their hard work.
I take manure, I'm doing here, with manure. And after that, I give this plant all of this water.
The kids that are getting the wheelbarrows and the drums, now their lives are much better than before.
Your contributions have helped orphans battle starvation and disease. Now they are reaching further as the African Children's Choir recruits 25 orphans to join their Music for Life program, which guides kids well into their tertiary education. The children are selected during a weekend camp of song, dance, prayer, and basic education. Florence is 17. She is a protege of the African Children's Choir. She was orphaned at age 12 and joined the Music for Life program.
Someone just woke up one morning and he opened this door. He just told me, now walk.
Strengthened by Music for Life, she now helps facilitate this camp in search of a new choir.
Since they've opened the door, I've got to walk. I've got to get somewhere.
Once a choir is formed, the children's guardians are contacted and the young ones embark on an international tour that helps raise money in support of their education and their community. During this time, they will receive all the guidance and love that parents would normally provide. But for many, there will be no choir, and relief efforts must continue.
Just imagine in 20 years to come where we will be, how this world will look if we only share a piece of love to each other.
Tandy is a care worker for Tembaletu and cares for 7 families. She lives on $30 a month.
We've got to consider those who are looking after our orphans. They also need support. Because in supporting them, you're supporting how many orphans? You're supporting a lot of children.
Just thinking of having the blankets, as I'm saying that it's winter now. Food, because what are they going to eat? The vegetable is not enough.
There's a weight that's inside you that cannot be relieved.
And then there is still AIDS lurking like a great cloud over this community.
We're burying 2 a day now, our own organization. That's apart from those that the community are burying. So our figures are really rising. I can tell you, Wednesday this week we buried 3, yesterday we buried 2, and today we're burying 2.
As a service to the community, Thembaletu has trained and employs young Jackson as a carpenter, exclusively for building simple, cost-efficient coffins. Jackson makes 4 to 5 coffins a day. He uses pressed wood from nearby sugarcane plantations. Every month, there are 3 to 4 children's coffins among his crop. Jackson tells us that one day he would love to make furniture, chests, closets, and chairs for the living.
One day we'll be asked, you saw me naked, what did you give me? You saw me hungry, what did you do? You saw me sick and dying at home, what did you do? For those that are giving, I would like to say thank you so much. The gifts have been given to us, and those that are going to be given to us will be a great gift. Thank you very much.
There is a lot of joy in their hands, you can just tell.
Like butterflies undergoing metamorphosis, the children of Nkomazi are unfolding their true potential. At the Music for Life Center in Cape Town, these once uncertain lives are being guided and fortified.
It's actually just amazing how their lives have changed just in the last 3 months.
It's like a family, actually. It's like a family.
Their eyes are just laughing all the time. They're more free now to express themselves. They're very, very affectionate kids, which is something you could not know when they had first arrived.
I love them because they help me.
Somebody has got something, a small soy in a thing. They'll come, Uncle, I've got this. Then the other one too will come too. So you have to try by all means to come. I don't worry, it's gonna be fine, my baby. Don't worry, it's gonna things like that. That's how it is. Yeah.
Waking up in the early morning, their day begins with devotionals, breakfasts, and schooling. Noontime play is followed by a wholesome meal, cleanup, and instruction in dance, singing, and finally homework. Dinner and devotions round up a day of structure and consistency, something these children have never experienced. Role models like Florence and Barbara are a great influence because they too were once in these children's shoes.
It's like I'm the big sister and they're following whatever I do, because you look at some of the kids and they're like, just staring at you, like trying to copy what you're doing, yeah. So I'm like a big sister to them.
Each child is different. So when a child gets in trouble, you want to know them really well, to know what's the best way to deal with them. And that's quite a challenge, to get to know each child really well in order to help them in every way to become the best people they can be.
And these children deserve the best of care and education. That is why people like Maxwell Zolani Rani are employed to share their expertise in dancing.
It is one of the disciplines that actually helps the children to broaden up their mind. They might go to their own little secret corners, but when dancing comes up, they all move out and you can see some smiling faces and things that you never saw before.
Maxwell is a lecturer of African dance at the University of Cape Town. He is one of many people working with the founder of the African Children's Choir, Ray Barnett. Their aim is to enable a brighter future for as many kids as possible. And already great changes can be seen with the children of Nkomazi.
Well, I think the thing that I see most is confidence, smiles, I didn't see smiles before. I see them going around hugging. Traveling and going overseas, new things, meeting new people, staying with host families, it makes them great communicators, and of course it expands their horizons. When I think of 15 million orphans, and I know that's just the beginning, my thought goes to how do we reach them? We know that with the African Children's Choir we have a model that works.
In order to keep the flames of love amply fanned, everyone can play their unique role. Whether it is in the form of prayers, contributions, or time, every investment in the children of this world is an investment in all of our lives tomorrow.
Well, our lives are changed in Africa, and we probably never meet these people who give the money. But, you know, they should just know that we love them and we think about them and we're very grateful and pray for them.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel. All right, there is a light somewhere. There is hope in life. All right, there are people who are able to help other people who are misfortunate, who are coming from disadvantaged societies, you know, and whoever has the facility or the mandate or the aid, you know, to offer these kids, it won't go into a loss to bring difference to these kids. It won't. That's all I can say. That's all what I will tell them.
Summer returns in the Southern Hemisphere. For many residents of Nkomazi, this has been an eventful year. They acquired many generous donations, and some of their orphans have received a second chance in life. Today, guardians, grandparents, aunts, and siblings of the newly formed African Children's Choir are gathered at Thembeletu Home Care Center to await the much-desired return of their orphaned trust.
I don't know what will happen to her, so I was a bit nervous.
We hope that we can set a standard in Africa, and particularly in South Africa, that will inspire the whole world to help you, to help these children.
Ray Barnett, the founder of the African Children's Choir, addresses the crowd. He has brought home the children who will demonstrate some of the strides they've taken in the last 6 months. While the guardians eagerly await the moment of reunion, the children practice for their big performance in a nearby community hall.
When we first told them, some of them didn't want to come. They were scared. And then, you know, we encouraged them, told them you're coming to be ambassadors, to teach other people what you've learned, and then they became excited about coming to do that. But still, you could see some of them were still not sure about what it's all going to mean once they're home. But the food packs have helped a lot, because now they know at least they'll have something to eat, which is their major worry, having something to eat.
Meanwhile, at Thembeletu, big changes have taken place. Streams of volunteers have flocked to help complete Thembeletu's infrastructure and support Sally, Bridget, and their staff with time and resources. On this particular day, the center is thriving with community life. After a celebratory lunch of cornmeal and red beets, the guardians expect to see their loved ones for the first time in months.
We're looking forward to it. We want to hear what she's doing.
Just after 2 o'clock, the first guests arrive in the hall. Besides guardians, many members of the community come to see the children, including Tembaletu's care workers, volunteers, nearby farmers, and even the mayor of Nkomazi. No doubt, the homecoming performance is a huge success, cementing this community's support of and faith in the African Children's Choir.
When I walked into this hall this afternoon and I saw these children performing, I felt like crying myself, because it is a moving thing to me. To see helpless creatures all of a sudden having somebody standing beside them, trying to create a new hope for them. I can't even explain it, because to me it's moving.
There were many, many fears that our guardians had, because Cape Town is far away. We hear of Cape Town, but we don't know where it is. And we kept saying, wait, you'll be more than content and happy once you see them.
It was just tears for joy.
Home they go with their siblings and guardians to spend Christmas and New Year's amongst family before returning to Cape Town. To ease the fear of deprivation during the holiday season, the African Children's Choir staff has raised money to purchase simple staple foods that will last at least for a while.
This venture is really contributing to changing Nkomazi from only being a rural area, but into being an area where we will get academics out of this, and we'll get people coming back to Nkomazi to plow back, because they know they applied themselves. They are coming from that type of a situation. They will then come back and assist other children that are coming into the very same fold. It's just a beginning of a type of a cycle that we need.
I wish we could just take every child and change their lives around. And that's our prayer, really, that we may be able to help more children from this area and, give them a hope and a future like we've done to these 25.